Hi guys, this is Farz and welcome back to Farzzology, and I am here with a brand new tutorials with the brand new Photoshop CC 2021 version, and this version is going to be a revolution. I think this is the best thing happened in this year. Lots of bad, lots of old thing happening out there, but at last something good is happening in this year just because of Adobe. So thanks to Adobe, and now no more talking, let's get started. Okay, the first thing I'm gonna talk about is the brand new neural filter. In this option, Photoshop uses the AI, the artificial intelligence at its best. To find the neural filters, go to the filter option, and here you will find a brand new neural filters. Can you imagine, by using some simple sliders, you can colorize a scene, you can colorize a black and white picture, zoom in on parts of an image, or change someone's expression, age, gaze, or even pose in second. It's insane. Okay, let's jump into the neural filters. Okay, there is two options. One is featured filter and one is beta filters. I'll talk about later about the feature filters or skin smoothing, and now I want to talk about the beta filters. So here all the beta filters are not available still, but they will be available maybe in the full version of Photoshop. So but still there is some options that are crazy. Okay, the first one is smart portrait. Okay, let's use this. Okay, now look at this. There are some options: happiness, surprise, anger. Can you imagine? You can control someone's happiness, surprise, anger. That means you can control someone's expression in Photoshop. It's, I don't know what should I say. And there is option called subject. There is facial age. You can decrease age, you can increase age. It's beautiful. There is gaze and also hair thickness. You can even grow hair on a bald head. And then head direction, then light direction. You can change head direction. That means you can change someone's pose. This is insane, man. Okay, let's increase this man's happiness a little bit. Okay, let's increase the happiness and decrease the surprise and anger little. Let's see what happens. Look at this. Look at this before and after. This is the before. And this is after. Now he is smiling, right? Okay, if you increase the happiness more, you can see the teeth also. Okay, let's see. Now look at this. Look at the smile. Okay, it's I don't know what should I say. It's crazy, man. Okay, now coming to the facial eyes option. Okay, let's decrease the eyes a little bit. Now let's see the before and after. This was the before and this is after. You can add some hair also. Okay, let's increase the hair thickness. Now look at this. This was the before and this is after. A complete new man. I don't know. Okay, so there are some other sliders. Keep experimenting and do something crazy with the Photoshop 2021. Okay, let's hide the smart portrait option. And there is option in the second, makeup transfer. I'll talk about it later. And then the option depth or haze. Okay, it will apply haze effect. It will apply the haze effect or little bit smoky effect on the background. Okay, let's apply this filter. The haze value is 50 here by default. And look at this before and after. Look at the background. This was the before. And this is after. It applies some haze effect on the background. You can always decrease the warmth or increase the warmth. Okay, let's increase the warmth a little bit. Now look at this. This is the before and this is the after. It's a pretty good slider. Okay, let's hide it. And then there are some other options. Colorize, I'll talk a bit later. Super zoom, you can zoom on a particular part of your portrait by this filter. And then there is an option called JPEG artifacts removal. So all these options are very useful. keep experimenting and do something crazy with the Photoshop CC 2021. And all these options are not available yet, but they are really promising. Like photo restoration is going to be a revolution if all these options work correctly. Dust and scratches, noise reduction, face cleanup. Look at this, look at the glass. It removes. Then the photo to sketch, sketch to portrait, pencil artwork, and face to caricature. I'm eagerly waiting to use all these options. Okay, this is all about the beta filters, and now I want to go back to the featured filter, the skin smoothing option. I think this is another great thing added in this version. You don't need to apply any retouching action. You don't need to buy any third-party plugin to retouch. You can do it in Photoshop CC. Okay, let's apply the skin smoothing option. And look at this, there is two options. One is blur and one is smoothness. Blur controls the texture. If you increase the blur, it will decrease the texture. And if you decrease the blur value, it will preserve the texture. And smoothness control the smooth. Okay, I want to decrease the blur. I want to preserve the texture because I like texture, and increase the smoothness. And now see the before and after. This was the before. Look at the transitions. And this is after. It does a pretty good job, I think. Look at this before and after. Okay. Okay, now press OK. And look at this. It comes with another layer. So you can always sense. Okay. I want to remove the retouching part from this area maybe. So for this, just create a mask and pick a black brush and just remove from this area. Now look at this. This was the before and this is after. I think it's more realistic and it's very beautiful. You don't need any third-party plugin to buy for retouching anymore. And now I want to talk about the colorize option. Okay, let's go to the colorize option of neural filters again. And I chose a very difficult picture. This is a very complex picture to colorize. Let's see what Photoshop can do with this complex picture. Complex white, black and white picture. Okay, now coming to the colorize option. Let's enable it. Tantana. I think it has done a pretty good job. Look at the background, look at the greens. It did perfectly. Just on this area there is some problem, but you can fix it. Okay, look at this. There is an option called color, and I want a orange color on this area, right? So pick an orange color. I think this color will be fine. Okay, now press OK, and now click on this area. Look at this. Look at this. Look at the flowers now. Oh, it's amazing. It's beautiful. I think I should use little less orange. Now press OK. And now look at this. It looks more realistic now. This is amazing, man. I don't know how Photoshop can do this, but wow. Okay, if you want, you can use some color on this area too. Let's see. So click on this area, select this area. Look at this. Look at this. It gives you a golden hour look. You can change color from here. You can choose little bit whitish fade color. Let's see what happens. I think it looks good. I think everything looks good here. It's very good. Okay, let's press OK. And look at this. This was the before and this is after. It's beautiful. I have no words. And now I'll talk about the sky replacement. I think this is the best thing in 2021. It's the most favorite one. Okay, I don't know, I have lost my words already. Go to the edit option and there is an option called sky replacement. Just click on this. and Photoshop has already a lots of sky. By default, you can also upload your skies. Done. It's done. And you can choose any skies from here. This is very beautiful. Lots of skies there. Okay, let's use this. Look at this. Let's zoom in and see. Look at this. Look at the edges. You can't differentiate. Look at this. Who will say this is a manipulation? This is Photoshop. That's why I love this software very much. Okay, I chose this. And now coming to this option, there is a shift edge option, there is a fade edge option. You can decrease the fade edge. Look at this, look at the edges. And you can also use the shift edge slider. Okay, there is a temperature and brightness option. You can decrease or increase the brightness of the sky and also increase or decrease the temperature. And there is a flip option. You can flip your sky according to the light source. And now foreground adjustment option, and here is a lighting adjustment and color adjustment. You can adjust the color of the foreground. Look at this, look at this. I think this is beautiful. And also the lighting adjustment. I think I should decrease, or I think this one is good. Okay, so this is very beautiful. And output, you can duplicate layer or choose new layers. Always choose new layers. And look at the preview. This was the before and this is after. It's not over yet. Press OK. And look at this. It's totally a non-destructive way to replace the sky. There is a foreground color curves adjustment layer, so you can change anything from here. There is a foreground lighting layer. There is a sky with the mask option. You can always mask from here, and there is a color grading layer also. So this is the most favorite option of mine in this version. And then Photoshop added the plugins option in the menu bar, so it's now easier to use. Just click on this and you will find the plugins here, but now I have no plugin installed, so there is no option. You can always browse plugin option and download from the Creative Cloud like this and use it. It's a lot more easy now. This is another new feature. And now I'll talk about the pattern preview. In the older version of the Photoshop, there is a limitation of preview pattern. You don't have a preview of seamless pattern. Now in Photoshop CC 2021 have a option to see the seamless pattern, infinity seamless pattern. Okay, let's create a canvas of I think 1080 to 1080. And now go to the view option, and here is the option called pattern preview. Just click on this and you can see a frame here. This is your frame. Okay, now if you create something here, look at this. Now look at this. Look at this. You have a infinity seamless pattern preview. So if you paint anything here or here, you can see the preview in everywhere. Look at this. So this is the pattern I already made. Just some picture, and let's see if you want to move this one. Look at this. You will get a full preview. Look at this. It's beautiful. It gives you a seamless preview of pattern. Look at this. So you have a clear vision what's going on your pattern. You can always save it, go to the edit option, and here define pattern. Now you can save it as a pattern and use it anywhere. And now I want to talk about another new things in Photoshop CC 2021 is quick action. To find the quick action, go to the help option and click on the Photoshop help. And here you will find the option called quick option. Just click on this and look at this. There are several options like remove background, blur background, make black and white background, and enhance image. All these four are very much useful. Okay, let's apply the remove background option. Let's use this. Just click on this and click apply. Boom, it's done. It's done with the mask, so you can change anything. Look at this. Look at this. It's very useful. So it's done. And okay, let's check the blur background option. So click on the blur background, apply. Boom, it's done. Look at the background. Okay, let's see the before and after. This is the before and this is after. If you think it's less blurry, you can always go back to the Gaussian blur and increase the value. So now it's more blurry. I think on this case it's look not very realistic. I think the Photoshop should use the content or fill before blurring the background. Maybe this is not up to the mark, but still this is very useful for the beginners. Okay, let's use the other filters, others action, the black and white background. Let's apply. I think this example is very good. It's more better. Okay, it's not bad also here. This was the before and this is after. It has done a great job again. So, and the enhance image, maybe it will bump up the colors a little bit. Okay, let's apply it. Yes, look at this before and after. This was the this was the before and this is after. It's very beautiful. It works really perfectly. So this is all about the quick actions of Photoshop CC 2021. Okay, now I'm going to talk about the select subject option. Now it is more improved. I think select subject option was the best option in Photoshop CC 2020, but now it is more improved. Okay, now click on the select and mask option and come into the refine mode option, and this is the new addition. There are two options now. One is color hour mode, one is object hour mode. The object hour mode is the best choice for hair or fur on complex background, and the color hour mode is best for the simple or contrasting background. Okay, and I think on this case, on my picture, I think it's a pretty simple background and also it's contrasting background, so I am going with the color hour mode. Okay, now select subject. Boom. Okay, let's see it on white. Look at this. It has done a great job. It's beautiful. Okay, there is another option, refine hair option. It's another new thing added in this version, refine hair option. You can use this to select the fur, to select the more complex hair. It is another new things added in the select subject option. Keep experimenting all this option and find the best one for you. The next thing I'm going to talk about the live shape enhancement. That means you have more controls on the shapes in Photoshop. Even after rotating, in the older version of the Photoshop, after rotating, you had not the complete control over the shape, but now you will have the full control even after rotating. Okay, let's see. Make a shape and look at this. Look at these points. These things are new and very useful. Now you can control the edges very easily like this, even after rotating like this. Okay, look at this. These options are still available. It's very easy. I think these things is very helpful for the designers. Okay, let's jump into the second one. There is a new triangle tool. Okay, let's click, and now you can easily create triangle and you can make these edges like this. So it's very useful again. And the next thing I want to talk about the preset search option. Now you can search any preset inside the Photoshop. Like, okay, let's go to the pattern presets option. Look at this search pattern option. Now you can easily search like this. Look at this tree, and you can easily get all the patterns named on tree. So you can search any presets like this. It's really easy to use. And now I'll talk about the another crazy options of Photoshop CC 2021. Okay, there is a two picture, and I want this makeup on this picture. Is it possible? Yes, it is. Okay, let's go to the filter option and neural filters again, and come into the beta option and look at this makeup transfer option. Okay, let's enable it, and now you have to select the reference image. Yes, I have a reference image. Select this, and Photoshop will do the rest. Look at this. This was the before. Look at the lips. This was the before, and this is after. It has done a pretty good job. Just on this area there is some problem. Okay, press OK. This was the before and this is after. Okay, let's create a mask. Pick a black brush, black soft brush, and just paint or hide from this area. And now see the before and after. This was the before and this is after. Now it's more realistic. I think it has done a pretty good job. Okay, in this version of Photoshop CC 2021, Photoshop has given you ability to reset the smart object. Like, okay, this one, it is a smart object. You can see this symbol. Okay, press Ctrl and T, and I am making, I don't know, maybe wrap. So it's looking ugly. Let's press enter, and now you can always go back to the normal like this. Right click on this, and now a reset transform option. If you click on this, look at this, it's go back to its normal position. So this option is pretty helpful. So this is all about it. Still there are some little new features in this version, but I didn't cover. I tried to cover the most important things, and I hope it will help you. You will love this tutorial. If you did, hit the like button, leave your comments, and don't forget to subscribe.